Hi guys and welcome back. First of all, I was mind blown when I saw literally 9k views on my video. So absurd, so crazy. But I also wanted to address all of the questions that I got on all of those videos. So this video is all about answering your questions. I basically picked out all of the questions that I got on those videos because it wasn't like a lot of questions, and also like some of them were repetitive, so wasn't very difficult for me to choose all of the questions. For your convenience, I've also added timestamps in the description, so you can like skip through whichever part you want to see in the video. Before we start, please take 5 seconds to subscribe to my channel and also like this video right about now. This video I'm posting after coming to India after my first semester because I did not get time to edit there, so I have like a bunch of other videos that I need to edit and I will be putting out sooner than later. If you subscribe, you will get notified every single time I post. Let's get started now. I just want to tell you guys my university's name. It's University of the Incarnate Word. It's a Division 1 school in San Antonio, Texas, and the degree that I'm doing is BBA, so Bachelor's in Business Administration. I will be taking a concentration. I'm not sure which one yet. I might do a double major in MIS and accounting. It's an option there, so I probably will be doing that. Now that's out of the way, let me tell you about myself. I'm a student athlete in that school. I played lawn tennis. I am on a full scholarship, so they pay for my tuition, my stay, food, my books, insurance. Every single thing is paid for because I'm a student athlete. The student athlete concept is not familiar to a lot of people in India, I believe. If you guys want, I can make like a separate video on it, but here I can cover like how much ever I can. Student athlete is basically you study but you also play your sport. I play for 3 hours a day, and then I also have gym sometimes in the mornings and then meetings with my coaches. So that's all part of being a student athlete. But then you also have to study because that's why you're there. You basically are doing both. The schedule of a student athlete is very hectic, as you can tell, because they play like 3 hours a day. The classes also accommodate to the timings, so it's usually not a problem. Sometimes it can be. Also, there are like a lot of different sports in universities like basketball, baseball, football, soccer, track and field, volleyball, tennis, swimming, artistic swimming. So there are a lot of options as for sports. If anybody watching here is like really young, then you can consider doing this, playing a sport and then getting a scholarship on that basis. The process of student athletes is getting in touch with your coaches. So I posted a recruitment video online on my YouTube. If you scroll down, my first video is a recruitment video. I went through an agency. So my agent, he got me in touch with my current coach. My coach saw my video. We connected on call. We spoke. After that, he told me like there are a few requirements before he actually gives me an offer. I had to give an English proficiency test, and then after that I would get an offer. That's basically the process. They tell you like if it's a full scholarship, if it's, you know, partial. There are a lot of partial scholarships. Usually girls get full scholarships, like it's easier for girls to get full scholarships. Guys, I don't think get full scholarships at all. It's like partials, but it's still really good scholarship. The requirements for student athletes is obviously the sport that they are in. They have to be really good. There are like tiers of divisions in schools, like according to sports. So like there's Division 1, that's the highest one, Division 2, Division 3. Division 3 is usually academic focused. Division 1s are like really good and in athletics. Division 1s usually have full scholarships for girls. Not all sports, but like a few, like tennis, volleyball, I know for sure have full scholarships. Again, as I said, my scholarship covers tuition, stay and board, books. Even when we like travel for tournaments, that is also paid for. Yeah, so stuff like that. All in all, it's a pretty good life being a student athlete, but it's also very hectic and very stressful sometimes. That was me. That was my scholarship details. I am a student athlete, and that's how I got a full scholarship in the US for undergraduation. Now I'm going to cover normal students, like non-student athletes, what processes they have to go through. Obviously, I don't know a lot about it because I didn't personally experience that. I can still like try to give as much information as I can. So the application process, well, there are different dates for every university to put in your applications. So you have to check with your university what their requirements are. They have a deadline when they accept applications. So you obviously have to give your applications before the deadline. Again, every university has different dates, but I would say year prior would be it. You will just have to check with the university. They declare if you're accepted or declined. If you're accepted, they send you like I-20s and stuff, and then there's the visa process. But the most important thing about the application process is after you apply and get accepted, the university will help you in every single way to get you through it. So you don't have to worry about a lot of that because they will tell you how to work through the application process. My university helped me after I got accepted. My university told me what to do, what to submit, all of that. So I did not have to worry about the application process as much, and I don't think you should too. Let's cover visa questions. You have to prove basically that you can pay the cost of living in the US. So you have to give your parents income, your parents' bank balance, assets. Books. I got a question regarding books. There's the university bookstore, but it's very, very, very expensive. It's very convenient, but it's also very expensive. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like Google the book that you require, like just check prior to the class what books you require and literally just Google them and print them in India or there. Books are expensive, just how it goes when you're studying abroad. Transcripts you need from 9th to 12th for undergraduation, of course. The better the marks, the better the school you get into. For SAT, some schools recommend it and don't make it a requirement, but it's highly recommended that you give the SAT exam because that's how they base your acceptance off. I feel like 1200 to 1400 is a pretty decent score, and you should get into like a really good university that way. So if your score is between that or higher, I didn't give my SAT because it was waived off because of the COVID year. I was getting ready for it and it just kept getting cancelled, but one of the prep materials that I used was Math Panda. It's just for the math section of the SAT, but very helpful. Total cost, tuition, cost of living. Obviously depends where you're going, depends where you're staying. Like the total tuition, my university is kind of expensive because it's a private institution. Let's see, according to Google it's like $40,000. I'm not an expert in costs because I have not experienced it firsthand. I am going to link a few videos down below so you can check them out. Cost of living is pretty high, as you can probably tell, but it's usually because of rent, other things like groceries and stuff. If you're working especially, it's not going to be a problem. Obviously you will need a place to stay and it's going to be costly, probably like $600 a month, I would say. If you add food in that, then it's going to be $300 more if you're cooking by yourself every day. Dorms or off-campus housing. Dorms are so fun, very convenient, literally a very easy walk. Sometimes they have shuttles in the university, so you don't even have to walk. Dorms are very fun, but also very expensive. Off-campus housing, would be a good option, because then transportation usually is free for college students. The rent would be, if you're sharing, somewhere between $400 to $600, but it also depends on where you're staying, of course. I would definitely be staying off campus if I wasn't getting paid, and I would cook frequently too if I wasn't getting paid. I mean, if I wasn't getting it in my scholarship. Food, I usually eat at the cafe. It's honestly pretty good, but it's very repetitive, so you're going to get really bored of the food there. Sometimes they have good options, sometimes they don't. It's just kind of, all in all, I feel like it's pretty decent. So, but if you're cooking yourself, then that's a really good option too. Like, do it. Life experiences, and is undergraduation worth it? I'm excited for this one. Life experiences. You are going to be super confident, super independent at the end of your degree, period. Like, you're going to be, because of the experiences that you've lived through. That just goes without saying, I feel. Learning style is extremely different there. It's very interactive. The professors are such a help. Like, professors will literally get you jobs, so you have to maintain like a really good relationship with them for sure, and they're going to help you so much. I love my professors. I love them dearly. Very, very different learning experiences. It's very interactive, very experimental, very hands-on. So I really like that. Asking questions is always encouraged. Being interactive, being on top of everything. Reaching out to your professors, reaching out to your advisors is always encouraged. You also get help from advising services on campus. So like, advise you on, what you would like, how to get about finding what you like. Here, once you choose a field, you can't really change it. There, I think you can change it even after the sophomore year. Usually, basically just like take classes in every single thing that you like, and then choose what you like most, and then do your degree in that. But obviously it's time consuming if you kind of change your majors. Like, it's going to be easier if you just stick to a major from the start and then finish. But you have an option of changing that, and especially like for me as a business major, I can change my concentration at sophomore year. I think that the life experiences there I have loved. I was homeschooled from 7th grade till 12th grade, so I don't know how classes work here. Is undergraduation in the US worth it? If you have that kind of money, yes, because it is going to be costly. If you don't have that kind of money, then there are also a lot of scholarship opportunities that you kind of look for. If you don't get either, if you don't have that kind of money, if you don't get scholarships, you can always do your masters. You can definitely save up some amount for your masters when you're doing undergraduation here, or whatever your plan is. So masters in the US, if you can't do undergraduation, then masters is also a very good option. In the US, they teach you from start in undergraduation, so they're not going to do that again in masters. You need to have a really, really strong base. Undergraduation is worth it, especially for me, since I'm on a full scholarship. For those who are may not be on a full scholarship, or may not have a scholarship or that kind of money, then masters is a great idea too. And US is not the only option. Of course, there are a lot of places where you can go. Well, that's it for today's video. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. I can make a part 2 of this. And also tell me in the comments what other videos you would like from me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Like this video if you found value in it. I'm going to link some videos down below, so check them out as well if you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye then.
Good morning.